Hello, everyone. This is Julie here, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story about how I got involved with Nikken. When I was a child, my parents, I had a very unusual upbringing. My mother was very, very ill and was really addicted to a lot of pain medications and became addicted actually to pethidine, which was a heroin derivative. And my father was a doctor and couldn't seem to help her. And then my stepfather, after my father left, because he couldn't quite handle it all, was also a doctor and didn't really help her, but got her more and more addicted to those pain meds. So I grew up with that, and I grew up with a great distrust of doctors, as you can imagine, and just wanted to help my mom. And the one thing I always would say to her is, let's go in nature. Mommy, you'll feel much better when you're in nature. Let's get some sunshine. Let's go by the water. Let's, get out on the earth and be out there. Sunshine. It just made sense to me, right? The trees, all of that. And so I would always encourage her to do that, because I think kids just know that intuitively this is a natural way to go. Let's get more connected. We didn't really know much about diet at the time, but later, after my career in ballet, I was really told that my life was about healing. I literally was told, a voice came when I asked one time quietly in my heart, why do we suffer so much? This voice said, your life is about healing. And I knew that was true. And so I left ballet, and it was the only thing I really knew how to do. And I left anyway, went back to London and started studying macrobiotics. And I was very blessed to find macrobiotics. That's a story in and of itself. But I learned that, you could really take control over your own health. And one of the key ways was through diet and also through exercise. And then I was also doing emotional healing at the same time as well. But I learned a lot about the order of the universe and the way that yin and yang works in our life, a Taoist philosophy, and how it applies and how we can really get practical about taking care of ourselves. And this was good for me because my father had said, basically, you'll probably become mentally ill just like your mother because it's genetic. And I was so upset and furious, actually, when he said that to me. I said, how dare you, put that kind of a sentence on me. I will study and I will not become mentally ill. And I never believed that it was just a genetic thing that you could just inherit. And so macrobiotics was really helpful for that too, to really give me a sense of autonomy around my own life choices, and that I could choose how to stay healthy, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well. So I spent many years studying and then teaching macrobiotics in different ways. And then after having a healing center, which was definitely ahead of its time in the early 90s, early adopters, I love being an early adopter, but it's not always easy. And people don't always understand what you're doing or why you're doing it. And we were greatly undercapitalized, and our overhead was massive. And we had to shut our doors here in Colorado in Estes Park, this beautiful center that we had. And I was teaching the arts and healing and yoga, and bringing in people to teach about sound healing and literal physical, painting. And then I was teaching 5 rhythms dance, and it was glorious. And we were bringing up my 3 little kids at the same time. It was just a fabulous time, but we just couldn't make it. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have the ability to market well. And we couldn't get the word out fast enough to the world that we existed and to come and heal. So I really got very depressed, actually, for a short time, and really scared. And I put out a prayer. One day. I was driving the car. I was crying, and I was like, please, God, universe, source, show me what I'm supposed to do. I know it's about healing, but I can't make a living. I have 3 children to support, and I'm afraid. And please show me. And my prayer was that I'll do anything you show me, so long as it's true to my heart. That was my one dictate, was it had to be true to my heart. And literally within a week or so, Nikken showed up. Now, it had showed up before twice, and I had ignored the information. I just didn't understand, and the people that showed me didn't have any products to show me or anything, and I just didn't grasp the significance of it. But the third time was the charm. And a friend of mine who was also macrobiotic, who was a Hakomi teacher and a therapist, said, just come, Julie, and learn about these Japanese healthcare technologies that are all based in nature. And so I agreed to go to one evening presentation. And in that presentation, a back injury that I'd had for 20 years from my career in ballet, my back was really hurting that night. I put a product, a Nikken MagFlex, back flex on my back that she had in her handbag. And luckily enough, she gave it to me and said, put this on your back, because she saw I was hurting. And I said, your magnet's not going to do anything for my back. But it did. And the agony I was feeling in my back was completely eradicated within about 5 to 7, 10 minutes. And I was floored, because as a dancer, I know my body. And I knew that until I got up and walked around and did some calisthenics, it wasn't going to be going away, that agony. But it was gone. And coincidentally, I had a tummy ache that night as well. And so I took this magnet piece that looked like a mud flap of a car, and I put it on my tummy after my back felt better. And my tummy ache went away immediately, like within a minute or two. And I thought, that's really strange. That's like two experiments, and both have worked perfectly. So it was interesting that I left the meeting very, very quickly at the end, but I saw something. These are Japanese technologies. They're about nature, the magnetic field of the earth, the wave of the sunlight, negative ions in the air, water, special structured water. And I thought, there's something really special here. And I took a walk and I asked in my heart, is this what you're showing me? And I heard a very definite yes. And I said, well, if it is what you're showing me, I have to create success. Can I be successful with this? And the answer was yes. And that was it. I went home, I pulled my family together, we sat on the floor, little powwow circle, and I told them, I have found something very, very special, something that nobody has and everybody needs. Nature in products for the home, bringing nature into the home with frequencies that we all can't live without and need to stay vibrant and healthy. This is the principle of epigenetics. Epigenetics, that your cells, your genes morph according to the environment they're in. So this is about creating a perfect environment of nature for the human body to really, human body, mind, spirit, because it really helps our minds a lot, and our emotions as well, and our spirit to thrive. And I said, I'm very excited about this. I'm going to do this. And all I ask of you is, please don't get in my way. I know what I know now, and I know this is what I'm supposed to do. And it will take me a year to get us, into a good, healthy place financially, which is something we desperately needed to do. Nikken is based on the 5 pillars of health, a healthy body, a healthy mind, a healthy family, a healthy society, and also healthy finances. And if any one of those 5 is really out of alignment, it's going to affect all the others, and everything will suffer. The life will suffer. And so for us, we were very blessed because of macrobiotics that we were healthy in the body and the mind, the family. We were doing work in the society that we felt was healthy and good. But the financial piece was a complete collapse for us. And we needed to heal that piece because it was affecting everything else in our lives. So I borrowed some money because I had none. And I borrowed some money from 2 people. And I said, I'm going to start this business. I'm going to make this work. I will pay you back. I don't know how fast it will be, but I promise I will pay you back. And I got the basics of a Nikken wellness home. And I started right then and there to talk with people. Now, I was very busy. I had 3 young children. They were 9, 11, and 12 at the time. I was working for a healthcare magazine called Nexus. I was the advertising manager for that business. That was a big, big undertaking. I also had my own healing practice that I was doing with therapeutic touch and crystals and shamanic work, which I loved, but I wasn't making much money with. And then I had Nikken. So it wasn't as if I had a just ton of time to devote to it. So I had to just pour it in like water around a lot of busyness. But I did. And and very quickly found a few people who saw what I saw, which was a vision of taking these technologies to the world, taking Nikken to the world, a vision of working together in a win-win environment, which I love win-win environments. It was the kind of game that I'd always wanted to play, but never knew how until I found Nikken, that win-win game, and really influence our world with natural health and healing. Natural health and healing, alternative health and healing. And I've been doing it ever since. And it's been now 26 years. And I have to tell you, I've been healthy as a horse almost the entire time. I've had a couple of blips like everybody does. And of course, a few colds and a couple of flus. And but when this coronavirus came in, I did not feel worried or threatened. I take my immunity every day. I sleep on my Nikken sleep system. I drink my water, my Nikken water. I breathe the air. I have an air system in every single room in my house. I wear all the technologies. I'm sitting on a magnetic seat. This is magnetic. This one's magnetic. I use all these technologies all the time, plus all the nutritionals, pretty much everything. Not the men's formula, but everything else. So it's been 26 years and yeah, a few flus, very few, maybe 3, few colds. I went through a bout of migraines for a short time and realized I had an allergy to soy and to tamari, and that was the cause of that, and a little B12 deficiency. And that's been pretty much it. I have been really blessed with great health. And I put that to macrobiotics first and foremost, because I've been living a macrobiotic lifestyle, sort of wide macrobiotic diet, but really with that awareness for now 40 years, and Nikken technologies for the last 26 years. And the combination of the two has just been absolutely stellar. I've never regretted choosing that night when I ask, is this what you're showing me? Yes. Can I do it? If I do it, can it be successful? Yes. I've never regretted making that firm decision, that clear decision that this is what I was going to do. And I was going to take natural healing to the world with this Japanese company, with the combination with macrobiotics, which is also comes from George Osawa, a Japanese gentleman, and Michio Kushi, a Japanese gentleman. And that I would bring this knowledge, this wisdom really, to our world. Our world needs help. Our world needs health. Our world needs healing. And right now people are scared. And there's a lot of change afoot. And if we can help them be grounded and supported and feel better and sleep better and have a more vibrant life, we're doing a good thing. So I'll leave you with that. That is a little bit of my story within Nikken, and including macrobiotics, of course. And I hope you explore it and take it seriously. And if you can help us to take this to the world, we would really appreciate that, because as I say, our world is struggling right now, and it's a very potent time of reevaluation of many things. And I believe the beginning of the Great Awakening. And I know that macrobiotics and Nikken are both very much a part of that Great Awakening. And also Gaia, which is the streaming video on demand company that I work with and also share out there with the world. Because we need wisdom, we need truth, and we need it to be uncensored. And Gaia is doing that in a beautiful way. So that's another piece of this puzzle that I see as a trifecta that will create great potency of change and support and inspiration and empowerment of the conscious community around the globe. So together we can do this. Together we can really make magic, and our world needs us. So many blessings. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.